Welcome to Feel Good Talk, where our focus is on mind, body, soul, and business. You are now tuning into Let's Talk About It with your girl Izzy Meditates and your girl Kendra Moore.
What's
Hello,
up? Woo woo! Happy Thursday.
happy
Our
Thursday.
favorite day of the week besides Friday
Yes,
and Saturday. But yeah.
yes. I am so happy to be here as always, and we have a special guest with us today. Her name is Tyra Wooten, and Tyra is a branding strategist and the
Yes.
CEO of Let Tyra Brand You. And so we are excited to have you here today. How are you?
How are you,
I'm
Tyra?
well. Excited to be here.
Very awesome to have you here. So I always start our show off because I want to know how everybody's doing and how was your week? Anything going on exciting or new?
Well, my week has been busy. I don't know about y'all y'all's
Yeah, I
week, but I'm
know.
pretty sure that has been busy too. So I just want a vacation. So that's why I'm like
Ooh.
trying to do something because it's
Yeah,
been crazy busy. So, but it's been all good, and I'm it's been a really good week for me.
very
Where
nice.
did you go on vacation to?
Oh well, I'm planning on going on
Ah,
vacation.
okay.
I want to go far away, so it doesn't matter. As long as I can see a beach and it's far away, I'll be okay.
I like that. Far away from
Kendra's
home.
lucky. She's so close to the beach. She can go every day if she want to.
No, actually, what am I? I'm like an hour and some change away. So,
Oh, nice.
but yeah, I know. It's all right. It's good. I haven't gotten out there yet, so I got to get out there. But
Yeah.
my week is going good. I started actually getting out to look for a house.
Nice.
So I went out today, and then I have appointments tomorrow, and I'm just filling out my calendar because I am tired of looking at things online. I'm ready to put the foot to the pavement and go
Yeah.
and see, because pictures, as I learned today, don't always represent what is reality. No. The guy was like, "How?" My realtor was like, "So, how do you like this neighborhood?" I was like, "I don't." He was like, "We're moving here quick." I was like, "Yeah, we are." So we
At
jumped
least you're
in, jumped
truthful.
out.
At least you're
Yeah,
truthful. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. But
I
I
love
want you
that
to
you're real. That's
I want you to
awesome.
get that tiny house. That's what I want.
yeah, there's actually a tiny house community in Orlando,
Ooh.
and it is though integrated with like a trailer park,
Yeah.
which is right next to this big I don't know, mass body of water. I don't know if it's, I guess, big lake or something, but I'm like, no, if I get a tiny house, I need it to be away from, especially in Florida, we have
Right.
storms,
I know the water. I
like
know.
literally it's right on the water. I'm like, that's not cute. Because you'll be like the Wizard of Oz and like gone. Like,
Wait.
anyway,
I
I'll throw
had
in
like a
some.
visual of your little tiny house just like
I
going off and
know,
blowing
I
in the wind.
know. I know. I was like, who was the bright person who thought of that? But anyway, how are you, Izzy?
It's hilarious.
How's your week?
It's good. It's been like super busy. I just been like working on a lot of stuff. Of course, November is going into Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it just so happens that Cass's birthday is the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So
oh
I
wow.
usually have to do Thanksgiving meal, and sometimes it's on Thanksgiving, so I have to plan like a little kind of home party with family, and then I have
Right,
to plan a party for her with her friends because no one's going to come to a birthday party the day after Thanksgiving.
right, right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Oh
that's been
wow.
on my mind, and I've been working on that pretty much throughout the week. Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna have a
Yes.
great party.
Well, I am
Yes.
so excited to have you here, Tyra, and we are going to pick your brain. So first,
Yeah.
before we begin, I'd like you to just give us, um, tell us what you do, and tell us what your company represents.
Absolutely. I'm the founder and CEO of Let Tire Brand You. And what that pretty entails is that I kind of create uncomplicated ways to help small businesses and companies create a marketing plan. And I actually love it because I love helping and building people's confidence. And when it comes down to business, I'm just all for empowerment,
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah. And this is like a big thing now because people are trying to, number one, work and start businesses or come into to becoming an entrepreneur, but they don't know how to or what to do. Or they may
Yeah,
have like the business skills, but they don't have the social media skills and things like that. And so that's where you come into play.
exactly. That's where I
Yeah.
come in.
So
I love that.
how did you get interested in branding, like specific branding?
Well, actually, I went to school for marketing, so I always had this like niche for it. Like, I always love marketing. I went to
Yeah.
school for fashion marketing, and so that was something that I really enjoy doing. And so I wanted to see what can I do to combine my passion as well as my expertise. So I have a strong heart for mission. I love giving back to the community. I love, building, lifting up people. I'm part of so many different groups of women empowerment. So
Yes.
so I just really love, empowering, encouraging other people, and putting those two together.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a match made in heaven. People will say,
Yeah.
it's I'm able to brand people. I'm able to um, build confidence back, restructure their business, getting them out of the water after the
Right.
pandemic has hit them really, really hard. So I'm just in awe that I'm able to fulfill my purpose, knowing that I'm making a difference in different businesses.
Yeah,
Nice.
that is awesome. When you talk about like building people's confidence back and all of that, like what examples, like what are some of the things that you're finding that your clients have gone through? And then how do you like help them come out to the other side through like your branding, helping them with branding?
As you know, the pandemic, of course, hit a lot of small businesses very strong,
Mm,
Yeah.
and to the point that a lot of small businesses have been closed. As you can see, even department stores and local restaurants in your area has closed down, for good because of the pandemic, and there was no way they can get out of water after being hit so strong with the economy. So what my plan and my vision was is say, how can we restructure this? Because there's always a way that you can make money. You just got to be creative while, with it. And so someone, a guy, he had a pizza shop and that wasn't really working. But he said, I love pastry. I love to do pastry things. So we kind of structured him to have a pastry shop, and also have, able to get him involved with DoorDash, Uber Eats, so that people not necessarily will have to go into the store, but they can order these things online. They can deliver these items, whatever
yes.
they need. And so he was able to get back out of water. He's able to open back up his pizza shop, as well as having this amazing bakery now that's not only in one location but in three locations.
Yeah.
So it's a way to always to restructure yourself and come back and come back as brand new. It
Nice.
just takes the right person to believe in you and in your talents and your passion to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like even though there's been like so many store like closures and things like that, I feel like there's so much opportunity as well for small businesses. I've seen like people get into a business and just completely thrive if they know how to
Yeah,
work it. Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's where like you come into play. So, what are some of the things that you advise new entrepreneurs when they're trying to brand themselves?
I really advise them to have a marketing budget. A lot of people want to have
Mm,
a branding, and do all this, have this whole plan out, but they don't have a budget, and you have to have a marketing budget if you want to be successful. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
Right.
And that's the truth. And then, so even if it's like, hey, this is my savings and I only have this amount for my business, but I'm just going to save this. But if you really believe in yourself, you really believe in your business, you will invest that for yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's what I honestly think, number one. And number two is having confidence. Because like I said, it's kind of like, if no one would believe in you, no, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. If you don't think that your product is going to make it, you want to close your business down. Like, you have to have confidence, like, my business is going to make it. I'm going to get there. So having that confidence is very important. And there's so many different pillars that we can go on, but I think that the those are the two biggest things that I see that is very mutual, and in most of my clients.
Very nice.
Now, do you help? Because I hear you talking a lot about like confidence and those types of things, which is great because you need that in order to, like you said, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. But do you also get involved with like helping to design logos or picking brand colors, or like what are like, just to help people understand, I guess, the breadth of things that a brand strategist touches? Can you explain some of those
Yeah,
things?
we pretty much do it all in my agency. So we're not limited to, or, we go from brand design, we do logos, we do print design. So a lot of people want, they want your names on cups, and, or having, souvenirs that you can give out. Like, we have all of those things. And then we do logo slogans, and really developing that is very important. I think that is not something that is easy to say, like, okay, you want a logo? Here you go. I think you should do this. It takes me time. I do a thorough assessment, a thorough evaluation about your business and where I see it going, and also your target market. Understanding your target market is a really big thing, because you got to market, and to people that you're targeting. And therefore, if your design and your images and your logos are not what your target market is seeking, they're not going to appeal to your brand.
Yeah. Wow. So my question, and
Sorry,
this kind of
like, like
came up
showing
different. Um,
patience. Sorry.
where did you find, like, during this pandemic, it's been a struggle for everyone to stay like motivated. Where did you pull that motivation to begin your own business? Um,
Yeah, I
what
pulled
was it?
that motivation because I saw a lot of people suffering, and
Yeah.
my goal is to help people. Sometimes I help people more than I help myself.
That's a good thing though sometimes.
Sometimes, like, about myself, I made that as my New Year's resolution, to really, really take more time out for myself, and
Yeah.
start doing more stuff for myself. But I really felt bad for all these businesses that were
Yeah, right.
going underwater. Depression rate was getting higher, divorce rates was getting higher. It was like so many things that were getting higher, and because of money is the number one root of, like, depression and marriages. And
Right.
if your company and things are not doing well, it's going to cause division in other areas. So
Right.
I
Right.
love to just help and build in any aspect I can.
Yeah. It's
So
a
what?
blessing. Oh,
Uh,
sorry, go ahead,
no,
Kendra.
no, go ahead. Finish,
I
finish.
was just gonna I was just gonna say it's a blessing to have a company like yours because it lightens the load and it
Yeah,
helps, for the owner to do other things if they know that they can depend on this specific company. Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely. We take it all in. I mean, we go from social media content,
Mm.
to a 24-hour concierge, business coaching, PR, you name it. We're like a one-stop shop, like website
Wow.
design,
Yeah.
logos, and slogans. So you don't need to go anywhere else when it's coming from your designs or anything like that.
Wow.
Wow.
I think that that's what we're trying to do, make it a one-stop shop for everything in marketing.
Yeah. I
So do
like that.
you have tell us a little bit about like your team, because I'm hearing all of these services and it sounds like it's like a lot. So
Sometimes I do it all myself, I'm just kidding. No,
I was like, wow.
I know, right?
no. Actually, my team I'm so thankful for them. My team is I would say a blessing because they help me to keep going. I don't feel like going sometimes. So my team consists of, I have two assistants. One name is Cheryl. The other one name is Belle. They're really great. And I couldn't do it without them too. They're actually like running my business, I would
Right.
say. I have an administrative assistant as well as a transcriber.
Oh,
She's
wow.
awesome. Her name is Joe Wicks, and she's so amazing. I mean, we have a legal team. We have, we have people that will do our concierge. We have people to do our graphics. We have people to do our websites. I mean, we have a lot of people on our team, which I'm really thankful for it.
Yeah, I bet. So, so now for like more of a superficial question, what is, well, maybe it's not superficial, but what are your favorite brands and why? Like, what makes them stand out to you? Because I think that's the thing is like, there's a lot of brands out competing in the same things, but what are your favorite brands and what makes them your favorite?
It's a great question.
To be honest with you, okay, so as a professional standpoint, I can tell you I like Nike because the just do it slogan is everyone knows that. I
Right.
think that they did a terrific job in their branding and in their marketing. So that's one company I idolize. And of course, I'm a woman. And so I love shopping. And so my other brand I like is Louis Vuitton because I need to not like them so much, but but I do like their brand. I love how they represent themselves, how iconic all of their handbags are, and
Right.
how they never go out of style. No matter
Yeah.
if I've had my bag for 5 years to 10 years, it's still in style. So
Right.
that's one thing I love about Louis Vuitton is that I don't like their prices, but I do like that part of it.
Hello. That's awesome. So we have some comments coming in, and then when we come back, Izzy, I want you to think of your brand that you
Yes.
love.
Yes. We have Charles Brakely in the house. He says, "Good evening, ladies." Hi,
What's up,
Charles. How are
Charles?
you?
Hi, girls.
Charles says, "Yes, you have to see it for yourself. Pictures sometimes don't tell the whole story." I
Yeah,
know.
he was telling about my house. Yeah,
I
I
feel like
found
that
that
when
out.
people advertise food. I want it to look exactly like the picture.
Hello.
Yeah, too. But
Charles says,
I don't know if you guys seen like how they make out in the commercials and how they
yes.
make it look so good, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
not edible.
yeah, yeah. All their like tricks and stuff that they do
Yeah,
to make it look like mustard, the brightest yellow and stuff. It's
yeah,
yeah.
That's terrible because I am a visual eater. My food has to look good. I look at it first and then I enjoy it. So when I see that picture, I want it to look like that when I get there. And when it doesn't, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
same.
Charles Brakely says, "What is the first step in helping in branding? What all is involved?"
Okay, so what is the first steps in branding? Is that
Yeah.
correct?
What's the first steps in
Yeah.
helping in branding? Yeah.
Maybe he means you, like maybe he means what's the first step when you're working with somebody for
Right.
branding?
That's what I think
Yeah,
you mean.
my first step is really kind of understanding their target market, and really kind of understanding their target market and letting them understand their target market. Because if you don't know the people that you're marketing to, you're not going to be successful because you're going to be marketing to the wrong crowd, and you wonder why no one is buying your products or viewing your services.
Right.
It's because you're not marketing to them. You're marketing to the people you believe or who are like you, but
Right.
that's not necessarily mean those are your people that in your market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or people who like, I want like my product is for everybody. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
not one product is for
every
everyone, except for
Yeah.
maybe like toilet tissue and napkins, but otherwise. but you know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because that's what now you hear so popular about people, really creating their niche and really focusing on like target markets because then you can be more targeted. So that's a good start.
yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Tyrone Ricks is in the house. The 10 of
What's
Life.
up?
Hi, Tyrone.
Hi,
Thanks
guys.
for joining us. He says, good evening, Kenmore, Izzy, Meditates, and Tyra. Thanks for tuning in. I know I'm not doing my heart. I'm not even.
You're going to wait till yours at the end. I have to give that to Tyrone.
I know you put me on the spot. I can't do it.
All
Tyrone
right.
says, what's up, big homie Charles Brakely? Charles Brakely says, go subscribe to YouTube page FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Yes, please.
Yes.
Like and share, follow. And if you follow us on all our social medias, you can click that little button there. It's like a little alarm clock, and then you'll be they'll let you know or notify you when we come on live or when we have special events. So definitely you want to do that for sure. Cheryl Robinson is in the house. Hi, Cheryl. Says, love this show. Hello from South Carolina. Hello.
Loving my people show up.
I know.
Kakalaki family.
So when you ask me what type of brands,
don't play coy because there's a brand that you like. I know there is, right?
No. Well, let's say it this way. I started becoming a minimalist like about 4 years ago. So I stopped looking at brands, anything. I don't have any Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Nike. I don't have any name brand stuff whatsoever, except for Crocs.
Well, there you go. That's okay.
So I like Crocs.
Okay. Well, that's the brand. It doesn't have to be. And I think that's the one thing that probably keeps a lot of small businesses from really focusing on branding is because sometimes, we do compare ourselves to like the coaches and the this and the that. Right. And it's not like majority of businesses are small businesses with small brands. So
I was going to say, I like a lot of mom and pop shops. So some of the stuff that I grab, I don't really pay attention. I just know that it's at this particular shop and they have it. You know what I mean? Like certain soaps and lotions and things like that. So, and it really depends. I have a set amount of stores that I go to in town, but if I find something new online that's mom and pop that I love, I order from them as well. So it's not like but the only thing that's like name brand that I love is Crocs. And I've not seen a Croc commercial. I just know that when I go into the mall, it's the Potomac Mills Mall, I think is here. Yeah. And I see that store with all those different Crocs, I go off.
Listen, I was at the outlet when I first moved down here and literally there was a line. And I don't like Crocs. They're comfortable, I get it, but I'm not into it. But I was like, what are all these people standing in line for? Like, it was the Crocs store.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a line outside. I was like, wow. So they've definitely developed a really strong brand and a great product, Yeah. At the end of the day, you have to have that.
And I was going to say they're genius with this because they started bringing like rappers into it. And so before Crocs was branded for moms, I felt like they were for moms
gardeners,
gardeners or something like that. But then they brought in rappers, and so now rappers wear limited edition of Crocs. I think I forget the rapper that came out with a limited edition. They were gone in seconds. I tried to buy some for my son. Literally, as soon as they put the post out, they were gone. So they targeted a different market. So now everybody wears Crocs. Well, Kendra, we're gonna get you a pair.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I don't wear Crocs either.
Yeah, okay. They're not my thing, but I don't too much care for flip-flops either, but it's
I love Crocs.
For me, I would say my brands that I love Tiffany and Company. That's nice. Like to me, it's just they're so classy without having their brand all over their stuff. Right. In my opinion, you know what I mean? So they're like classy, sophisticated. And then the other one might be actually Target.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Target brand is just known for, I don't know, in my mind, it's like, again, simple. You can walk into their stores, their space, the lighting, the different styles, the products are, so I think those will be my top. And I'm with you, Izzy. I love a good mom and pop store.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
because you can find original stuff there. You know what I mean? Like you can find like original, and people will be like, "Where'd you get that from?" And I'm like, "Well, I got it from here." And then I'm like, "I don't know if it's there anymore because they change."
So Tyra, so we're talking about store brands. Am I saying your name correctly, by the way? Yes,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Right.
Because Tyree, I don't know. But so I have a question. What about personal branding? So can you talk a little bit about how you might work with clients on their personal brand, and how does that also, I guess, maybe morph into their product brand or their company brand?
Yeah, absolutely. So we also offer my company image consulting. So
Mm,
we want to really define, you want to look kind of the part of what you're selling or your services. So if you and so a lot of people are very visual, and they want to go by like if you in and sometimes it's hard, but sometimes people just need a little bit of grooming, a little bit of tweaking, some business coaching, some to help out with their intellect. It's just a lot of things that we can offer. We had someone that could not do a press conference, and they needed help with the right speech and what to say and all of those things. So we help with in any area if you
yeah.
are assistant. So
Have you had situations where you looked at your client's social media and you're like, oh no, you got to change that? You know what I mean? Because I feel like people are so loose with their personal social media.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time on the show, is how, if you're trying to represent yourself, your company or whatever, you might want to tighten up on your personal. So have you had work to do with that?
yes. So and that's very tricky. So I always tell people to have a business page and have a personal page.
Right.
Because I feel like your business page is something that people will go to and follow you and in your products. But a lot of people who are private like myself, we have our Facebook and Instagram that we share like personal details with just our family and friends.
Yeah.
And so that's depend on the person. I really recommend separating business from personal,
Mhm.
and I just think that's very important.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about my page. I'm like thinking about what I have on there because I use one social media for strictly business, and then other social media is kind of in between, and I kind of like work with both of them and experiment to see how it will work out.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you, because I know that you said you had a huge team, and I've been on your Instagram page, and I wanted to know. I saw a young lady dancing. What does she do on your team to
Oh
help?
yeah. Her name is Janya Cook, and she just started with us. So she
Nice.
is one of our clients. So she's a
Uh-huh.
choreographer.
Mm.
She's one of the best choreographers there is.
Nice.
I've seen. She does backup dancing for celebrities. She is a chill. I mean, she does it all. I mean, Janya is just so gifted. She has such a great passion,
Yeah.
and I'm just so thankful that I get to represent her in my agency.
Oh, nice. Okay, awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So that's interesting, because normally when you think about like a business, you think of like a product or like a service. I guess dancing is more art and maybe service. So how do you go about like representing her as a dancer? What are some of the things?
Yeah. Well, I think when it comes down to branding, you can brand like like you said, at a personal level. You can
Mhm.
brand a service. You can brand, you can pretty much brand. You can brand your dog if you want to.
Right.
I
Yeah.
I did. He was on TV and doing all these commercials and stuff. But you can
Yes.
really brand anything if you think about it. So if someone has a gift and a talent and passion, and they're entrepreneur or anything like that, like absolutely, I'm able to work with anyone that has a passion and has a goal. Like I'm helping another lady with a nonprofit organization that she wants to start up. So I don't have any limits when it comes down to
Mhm.
branding and who
Mhm.
I brand for. As long as you have a passion, you have a heart, and and you're set aside and you're unique and you're different.
Mhm.
I will. I don't have a certain category. It goes. We go from actors. We have dance. We have choreographers. We have you know people that own really big companies, athletes, you name it. So we can pretty much brand anything.
Nice. Really nice. And
Mhm.
and In that case, so if you are helping to brand someone, is it for a specific period of time, or can it be forever? Or is it like, okay, I'm going to teach you, now you can fly out the nest? Or do you continuously
Good question.
help with the branding? Yeah.
It just depends on the client and what their
Yeah.
are. When we do our evaluation, we have our one-on-one meetings. I can see what their needs are, and so I can determine if they're able to, be long-term. I think you always want to have marketing, no matter if it's long-term or short-term, because trends are different, things are changing, and you want to make sure that you're up to date in all of those things. So I do recommend always having marketing, on your team in some way, in some capacity, because it definitely will help you and set aside from, people that are not having marketing at all.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I like what you said at the beginning in terms of having like a marketing budget, because I feel like in this day and age of social media, everybody is working to what do you call it? Like, I forget the term, Izzy, when like people blow up all of a sudden overnight because they posted something, go viral. Like everyone's like working to go viral. And it's like there's this big thing around like, oh, just attracting people, but not necessarily wanting, I guess, maybe to spend marketing dollars or ad dollars and things like that. So yeah.
Well, I see it in two different ways. You going viral and you're able to get endorsements after going viral, which is great. But sometimes when people have to go viral, you got to do some really, things to get there. So, I'm really more into really, developing and helping people, in a more organic way.
Yeah. The organic well, when you say that, Kendra, I start thinking about like TikTok and some of the people that are just like blown up overnight, and there's absolutely no branding. There's just whatever they did made them famous, and everybody is just following them from like now on.
I know. So we have some comments.
Oh, nice.
You want to hit those? You guys hit her with some branding questions. Now's your opportunity. She's not charging for this. So you better get it while it's hot.
Gotta get it while it's hot. Kendra Robinson says, I love Target too. Hi, Kendra.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
I love Target.
I know. I'm so, when I go in there, I just get crazy. Lakeya Milburn is in the house. Hi, Lakeya. How are you?
Hi, Lakeya.
Good to see you. Charles Brakely says your personal pages can ruin your business page depending on what you're promoting. That's very true. I mean, I go after the business page and then I search. I'm like CIA. I'm like an undercover agent. I go to your personal page and I see if what you're representing on your personal page is working together with your business page. And that's how I figure out whether I'm going to do business with you.
And y'all know, if anyone wants to come on this show, know that Izzy and I are master investigators. We are like Inspector Gadget.
We working together too. Jamila J. Choice is in the house. Hi.
What's up, Jamila J? Jamila J does great. She does great at branding her business. She has a plus size modeling agency, Tyra. So she's the branding conversation will be great for her too.
Yeah. William Bird is in the house. Hi, William. How are you? Good evening, FGT family.
What's up, William? Great show last night.
I know. I love that show.
Me too.
I love that show. Lakeya Milburn says, how important is branding? I'll let you answer that because I'm just ready to go off. This is not my show. This is your spotlight right now.
Branding is very important. Branding is what others will say about you and your brand when you're not in the room. Right. And so you want to make sure that you're leaving a brand that is authentic and that is true to you, because, even if you're able to like walk away, you'll still be okay. Cause like, this is my brand, and sometimes you got to close doors on things. Sometimes you got to walk away, even if it looks good, but you have to know what your brand is. And sometimes you just can't settle for it. So I think so knowing your brand and understanding your brand is very important, because it makes it it makes it unique from anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Kali Ma is in the house.
What's
Hi,
up, Kylie
greetings
Ma?
to all. How are you? Melody Bazemore is here. Good info. Thank you for
Thank
tuning
you
in.
for joining, Melanie.
Charles Berkeley says, when is the clear indication that it is time to let the client go on their own?
Right now we just started maybe a couple months ago, so we haven't had.
wow.
Yeah, we have. Everyone is just loving, this right now. So
Yeah.
we haven't even decided to even, to let someone go. Like I said, I think that we will always want to be a part of it in some way, in some capacity. I just think that that's just, you can't just let go of your brand and marketing specialist because things will always be different. Things will always change, and you definitely need to be ready when those things happen.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to like, I'm looking at the like our logo, for example, Feel Good Talk logo. When it comes to people thinking about putting together like a logo that represents their brand, what are some of the things that go into that like logo design, for example?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to see that the person's style and also who their audience are. So if your audience are teenagers, so you want to do something very vibrant, very bold and really cool, designs and stuff. So it just depends on your audience. If your audience are more in more of the older crowds or more simplicity, so a little bit of like more neutral colors and it just depends on who your audience is and how you can gravitate to them. And that's how we can predict and kind of design, a logo for you.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice. Lakea Milburn says, how long does it take to brand?
That's a really that's a different question. I never questioned before. I like it. How long does it take you to brand? Is it for like a business or a personal or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always think about like, for example, Apple, right? First of all, you have the name Apple, you have the logo over the apple, and they thought he was crazy when they're like, we're gonna name the company Apple, and then our logo is gonna be an apple. Like how, like what?
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's so many instances of like brands that we use every day, but if you were to like separate your knowledge of that brand from the logo, you would probably in the name, you would be like, what? So it's interesting how over time these brands have like educated, showed us the value, and now it's like me and my son, we have like an internal battle around I'm an Android user and he's an Apple user. You know what I mean?
It's true.
You know what I mean? And so it carries a lot of weight now, that Apple logo. So, but to Lakaya's question, how many years did it take for us to actually get that to that point? So I don't think it's an overnight thing at all.
I think about Band-Aids.
Aren't they not like time? I think that it's always there. You're always going to be branding yourself in some way, some capacity. So like today, I'm always branding myself, looking for new ideas and new things to do because when you have that branding mind, you just it continues to grow, and that's what makes you successful.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was thinking about Band-Aid because that's not its correct name. Isn't it called like a adhesive something of some sort?
Wow.
But because they named it that and because they branded it that so long ago, what do we ask for? I need a Band-Aid. But that's not the technical nursing term for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or just like, I'll Google it. Right? Like before, it's like go online and look, and now everyone just says Google it. So their brand was like,
I like Google everything. I feel like it took me a good 1.5 to 2 years to brand myself as a health and wellness professional of some sort. And I started out with talking like celebrating and posting recipes that were healthy, and then it went on to selling plexus, and then it went on to meditation. So but it took years.
It takes a
and
while.
I almost feel like it could take months depending on the product. and who it comes from. So if I came up with something cool, like this lipstick that changes many colors in the light, and I market this today, little old Izzy Meditates may not get a lot of people that buy it. But if Will Smith takes this and put it on Jada lips, guess what? That brand will go. So I really think it depends on, whose hands it's in.
And I think too, it depends on your life. Like, what do people know you for today? Right. I think it's an easier transition probably if Izzy, all of a sudden, if you started like, I don't know, we're like trying to sell us some kind of gold chains, we would be like, what? It would take us like a while for us to line up with that, and then we'll be like, oh, okay.
I know, right? I'm so bad. Sorry, Tyra, you're just going to have to excuse this. As soon as you said gold chains, I thought about that song, Gold All in My Neck. Oh my gosh,
so we have Keidra Robinson, and you have to wear some gold chains now next week. So Keidra wants to know your IG name, and we will be getting all your social media contact, but just to answer the question, not now. What's your IG name, Tyra?
Oh, sorry. I was just like, not now. Okay. My IG name is Let Tyra Brand You. That's my company's Instagram handle.
And Charles Brakely has it up on the screen.
Nice going, Charles. Thank you,
Charles. You're the best.
Lakea Milburn says, can your personal page be your business page?
I wouldn't recommend that, like I stated before. And that's why you see a lot, like all of my friends who are like business owners of big companies, they probably have about 100 to 200 friends because they make sure that no one can look at it. They make sure they block it out. They make sure, they hide it because I feel like you want to have your personal life, Right. You want to have your business life, because when you mix the two together, then you're not going to have like you have to have boundaries, I believe, in everything you do. Because if you don't have any boundaries, things are always going to, merge together, and it's always going to be gray. And you definitely want to have your boundaries for your personal and your business. So I 100%, all of my clients all have their personal pages, plus they have their business pages. And they are like, Tyra, this is the best. It helps me so much to kind of like navigate my business now and then focus on my personal life when I can, I can post pictures that I want to post now. So I really do think it's very important.
And there's a difference there's benefits to having a business page. I mean, I can have 1,000, 1,000,000 likes on my personal page, but that's not going to benefit me in any way. Right? You should have a business page, and that benefits you. If you have a business page for Instagram, it's different. You can actually visualize and see how many people are viewing your page and so forth. So,
although I thought one of the things with social media was integrating some of your personal into your business, so people, and maybe it depends on the industry that you're in or the product or whatever, so that way people can kind of get to know who you are and then kind of develop that relationship and that trust for you as the expert or someone they want to buy from. That whole people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So what are your thoughts on that in terms of some integration of your personal on your business?
Yeah, I think it's important to build relationships with people. But building a relationship with people doesn't necessarily have to be on your personal, social media handles. I really do think it's important to have, go to events and go to places that, because with me, I have a strong network. And because of that, that's not because of, it's because I'm going to networking events. I'm doing mission work in the community. I'm building a name for myself, and it does not necessarily, they trust me because it's like, her community is very strong. Her network is strong, and so I have people that I don't even know refer me. So now I'm just thankful that, building relationships and establishing relationships are very important to have loyal customers. That you, and also I like I said, you definitely want to create boundaries as much as possible, because not necessarily the people that you are targeting are going to be the same people that follow you. They might like your things. They might watch you because they like who you are as a person. But when it comes down to actually your products and viewing things, those are going to be for your target market. And you're not gravitating to them because you're getting your likes and everything from people that you're already comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's good.
When we had talked the other day, I told you how much like I absolutely adore Rich Roll, and I've been watching like every episode that he's had forever. And he doesn't really give too much of his personal information, but a couple weeks ago he had his wife on, and it was just so awesome to see like his other half and listen to them like talk about their life and talk about their children. But again, he does keep that kind of separate. But to have that on a podcast and to see that, and now for some reason, like I've never met this man in my life. I feel closer to him. I'm like, wow, he's got this wife and she's into meditation like me, and she's got all these lotions and she's vegan. And now I feel like this closeness to him and both her. And I want to see more of her and like some of the things that he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. We had more comments. We kind of like went off on our own thing.
I know.
I like it.
I know, right? It's so much fun. Jamila J. Choi says, great info. Thank you, Jamila. Charles Blakely says, yes, they are private eye detectives.
Talking about you and I.
I'm on it.
Dr. Gadget, baby.
I cannot tell my secrets, but I will find you and your others.
Hello.
William Bird says, thank you, ladies. I love your shows. Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
I
William.
love all the Feel Good Talk shows. Yes, we are like a big family here. Jamila J. Choi says, keep your personal and your business pages separate. Do not turn up and get lit on your business page.
Hello, tell them again, Jamila, please.
Yeah. Do not turn up or get lit up.
I like that. I gotta start using that lit up.
Yes. Callie Ma says, paying close attention. It is true. Charles Berkeley says, or just like check out the Feel Good Talk.
Or just like check out Feel Good Talk. I know that's right. Izzy Gold Chains.
Chains all in my neck. I don't know why that song came to my head. That's how you know I listen to a lot of music. William Bird says,
song. I never heard that song before.
It's Trinidad James, and you will not forget it once you see the video. I promise you.
Now it's in my head. I'm not going to forget it.
Oh yeah. He's got chains all everywhere. William Bird says, we had a different mindset with my business, personal pages, since our brand showcases marriage and togetherness. We do a lot of fun and exciting things in our personal life that highlights love and together and relationships. Yes. And I love it. I get a lift every time I see them together, and just
girl,
when I see them on videos, I'm like, oh,
I know. I'm like, there's still hope.
I know.
There's still hope for me, William.
I know,
right? But so this is great conversation. Let's hit a commercial break.
Yes.
And then when we come back from commercial break, we'll pick it back up again.
All right. And that, my friends, is the A Game. It is a supplement that is meant for men. They will have one for women. But if you are interested in getting a sample, we got
two or three samples left.
Thank you.
Contact Charles Blakely. I'm sure he's rummaging around now trying to find them samples.
Where it is some good stuff. So you want to make sure you try it out for the fellas.
Yes. And for the ladies.
Not for the ladies.
For the fellas. The ladies, well, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I was going to say, we are just excited to have you and just thankful that we've had a chance to like pick your brain on branding. Kendra and I are big on branding, big on being an entrepreneur, all of those things. And so having you on here and just having that chance to actually talk to you and confirm all the ideas that we have in our head kind of is awesome.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't think about it. And I think we just jump into doing stuff, but we don't really put the thought into like, how am I branding myself and what does this mean? And what do I, like you said it perfectly. When I leave the room, what is it that I want me or my product or my service, what's left behind that I want people to say? And I think if a lot more people had that in their consciousness, then we will probably have more like quality products or better customer service. And I don't mean I just mean in general in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a very, very important. Oh, Chick-fil-A, my other favorite brand.
Look at she's popping out Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Yeah. You know, sorry, because they're always on point and they're always so friendly. And then they have that when you say thank you, was it my pleasure or something? They're the first ones to do that, and now everybody says it.
Yeah,
they have me say I go there so much, and people say thank you, Tyra. I say my pleasure.
I know. They have So, but anyway,
I have one more question before you go, and I hope that I can word this properly. So, if you are a new business and you've already branded yourself a certain way, let's say 6 months into the business, you find out this way is not working for you and you change it, good or bad?
Great question.
When I say change, like if you have a specific menu per se, and this menu is like on and popping and people love it, but it's not really generating a lot of revenue. And so you decide to change it to something else. Should you keep that brand going or should you change it? And my personal opinion is that you shouldn't change it. You should keep going. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's either it could be good or bad. Is why are you changing it? Is it because I feel like change something and make it? But what about that way? It may not work. So you have to understand that people. One thing like I said, you really have to understand your target and who your target market is, because if you're changing it based on that, I think that's a great idea, and I know that you start getting attraction. But if you're changing it based on, I just feel like I want something new, and I don't know what I want to do. I'm just gonna try something different. You're actually losing more money. You're wasting more money, and when you're able to actually put that into towards marketing and doing something that can build up your brand and restructure it in a certain way instead of wasting it, experimenting on different things.
Yeah. Do you feel like people don't like change very much, or they like to stick with?
They don't like change. And a lot of people want to market to people who are like them. I get that a lot. People feel like they're friends with their target market, but it's actually that's not true. And then that's what I said. Like, you really have to understand who your target market is. Yeah, we do a full evaluation, and it's a software that we use, and that it's always accurate. And understanding who their target market is, I believe it will make the perfect change for the business if you're doing it for that reason.
Nice.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that. To go back to one of my favorite brands, Tiffany, they actually changed their their representation now is Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Oh, really?
So that's that's the new face of Tiffany. Now, for me, as much as I love Beyonce and Jay-Z, I'm like, it just doesn't fit for me. Because, and I don't know if it's like a generational thing. And like to your point, Tyra, maybe they're going to like a different target market that's a little bit more younger. But then in my mind, their brand is more like classic.
Right.
And like sophisticated. Like I think of like Diane Carroll or Audrey Hepburn or some really old lady in a big castle somewhere. Like I want to be. That's like my dream, right? I'm gonna have this big Tiffany necklace on, just sitting there, getting fanned and stuff. But anyway, but I don't think of. So it was really interesting to me when they picked those two to
Right.
be, their brand. But again, to Tyra's point, maybe it's that internally they decided we need to
Right.
target a different market.
Yeah.
And so that's.
Well, I don't want to think of Jay-Z and Beyonce when I think of Tiffany. I mean, I'm not really into Tiffany like that, but before when I've had it, it was beautiful. And like you said, it's very elegant. And I think it's a different type of vibe when you wear it that way.
Yeah. but I just wanted to bring that point home, what Tyra was talking about.
I did a study.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I did a study on Tiffany's, and Tiffany's target market, believe it or not, are, I hate to say, African American community, and it ages, of 25 to 37, I believe.
Really?
And because of that, who do people that age like to listen to?
Right.
Yeah, well, that must be new, because let me tell you, when I go into Tiffany, I do not see a whole bunch of folks that look like me up in there.
Yeah, maybe not in the side of the store, but the online or anything like that. And that's where their target market is right now.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what I was saying. I think they changed their target market. So to your point, so now they're like, doing some different branding using, up-to-date celebrities. So that's an example of when you do decide to change your market, and then you change your brand. Back to what Izzy was saying.
Yeah. Wow. My nieces, everything they want for Christmas is a Tiffany's bracelet, Tiffany necklace. That's what I get all the time.
Did you say who wants that?
My nieces, all of them. I have like 5.
Girl.
Tiffany necklace.
I mean, like, does Tiffany have layaway? If they don't have layaway,
payment plans.
I know. Then we're going right over to Target, and you're going to get this Target one.
Yeah. I was going to say, because Cass is on a different level. She watches a lot of YouTubers, and they are awesome at marketing their merchandise and any kind of merch that they have. And it could be t-shirts, it could be a new toy or something like that. And so all the kids her age, she's about 8, always want these things from the different these shows that they're watching, different families. So that's new. Like, that's been out for the last couple of years, and it's just started where kids are really into those family videos and wanting to buy those t-shirts or pillows with you. And I can't think of any of them offhand for some reason, but that's
to your point, Izzy, just think about Burger King. Like, Burger King is taking the celebrities now, and there is, like, I think it's Burger King that does this, or McDonald's, one of those, and they're like, this is now a Cardi B meal, and what's a Cardi B meal? It's like a Big Mac and fries, and we're gonna throw in an apple pie, and when they did it with the what's the famous
there's a sweetie sauce at McDonald's. Is that what you're talking about? Because Cass is bugging me to go there to get the sweetie sauce. It tastes just like the other regular sauce. It just got the sweetie name.
Hello. But it's all in the branding, and then it's just like that the Asian pop group that's like super famous.
BTS.
BTS. And then they did like a BTS meal, and they were like, those meals were like selling like crazy. And I'm like, it's literally the same thing, except for I think they changed like the drink.
Not to get off subject, but we were in Barnes and Nobles, and Cass wanted to get a BTS doll. And so Ken doesn't have hair, but BTS had hair. That was like the greatest marketing thing, because all the other Ken dolls, you can't really comb their hair. But the BTS doll had earrings, and you could brush his hair. And my Cass was just like, I've got to get one for my friends, for me.
Yeah. I mean, it is amazing. But you're right, Izzy. I feel like the younger generation out the gate, like younger musicians and all that, like, they understand the power of branding, and they leverage it to the nth degree, and I am not mad at them.
It's true. It really is true. So
we have some more comments.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Oh, we do have more comments. Let's see what's going on in the audience. Charles Brickney says, yes, there's a difference between Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A wins in my mind.
Yeah, I like Chick-fil-A. William Bird says, "What's happening, Chuck B? Hope you had things going your way today." Aw, thank you for tuning in. William Dickerson's in the house. Good evening, beauties. Lord have mercy. Yeah, like Ebony, Charlie's Angels. Aw, make me a wish. I was
Make me wish I was both.
Let's talk about it. We love you, William.
Thanks, Will.
William is so funny.
I know. We do need to get a feel good talk meal.
Yeah.
It'll be like half vegan, right? You're vegan, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
and then I'm pescatarian, so it'll be vegetables and fish and like a steak from Chuck or something.
We should have a show where we each do a meal. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no. I can do a meal. I can cook now.
I know you could cook.
Stir something up.
Cook. We've been getting our tips from Steven.
Yeah. Sit down on some shrimp and grits, baby. But anyway, I don't want that. I don't want that to be. Oh, Charles
said no meat for me.
Okay, all right.
No meat for me. Yeah, I've been having some health issues with my iron, and the doctor was just like, "No, you don't have to go back to meat." And then he gave me like a specific iron pill to actually use. So that's kind of good. I know it's kind of off the subject, but before we head out, we always like to ask our guests, is there anything that you like to leave with the Feel Good Talk family for new entrepreneurs, for those who are trying to brand themselves? What would you like to say to our family?
Yeah, I would just say, be authentic, be unique, be different, and don't always try to follow what everyone else is doing. Be okay with your uniqueness, because with that, I believe that will set you apart from the rest. Yeah. So I would always say, just be true to yourself and the right people will follow.
Nice. Thank you. We appreciate you coming on to our podcast. And once you're part of the Feel Good Talk family, you're always a part of the Feel Good Talk family. So let us know if you want to come back on and chat about something else or whatever you like. We'd love to have you. If you guys like, if you guys like to connect with us, we are all over the place. First of all, I'd like to say, please be sure to like and to follow our page. And to share. You never know what information we might have that would benefit someone else. But if you want to connect with us, we're on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, FB at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, and Instagram, we're at feel.goodtalk. And you can email us at feelgoodtalk113@gmail.com. And the website we have is www.feelgoodtalk.net. Don't feel like you have to memorize that. We have everything on our page. We also have merch. If you purchase our merch, please take a picture. I love to have it and post it on our page. If you are interested in being on our podcast, be sure to message any of our team, and we'd love to have you on. And if you're looking to be a sponsor and actually showcase your products on our show, be sure to reach out as well. Yes.
You covered it, Izzy. Covered it all.
Gold all of my neck.
All right. So we're going to close again. I hope you guys picked up the nuggets that were being dropped tonight. Some really great information. Thank you, Tyra, so much for coming on.
Thank you, Tyra.
Izzy, as always, it's great to see you. And you guys know how we end our show.
There, I get
Love
it. Wait.
you guys. Thank you.
I can never get it right.
Your heart. Okay, there you go. There you go. You had it.
I had it for like 5 seconds.
We'll see you next week.
I don't know.
Can you do it too, Tyra?
I can't really. Well, I have my phone in one hand and then
oh, don't worry.
This will be like a half heart.
A half heart. We know you have a whole heart for us.
Yes.